You're not shy. You're becoming confident. Written and published by Echo Elevate. Introduction. You are not shy. You were never broken. You were never missing something. You were simply never taught the skills that make social situations feel easy. This book exists to change that. Many people believe confidence is something you are born with. They believe social ease belongs to others. That belief is wrong. Social confidence is a skill. Emotional intelligence is a skill, and skills can be learned. This audiobook is not about becoming louder. It is not about pretending to be someone else. It is about understanding yourself first. When you understand your emotions, you stop fighting them. When you manage your emotions, you gain control. And when you gain control, social situations no longer feel overwhelming. Inside this book, you will learn how emotions shape your reactions. You will learn why anxiety shows up in conversations. You will learn how to stay calm, clear, and present around people. You will also learn how to listen better, how to speak with ease, and how to connect without pressure. This is not theory. This is practical. These are tools you can use immediately. Each chapter is designed to be simple, clear, and easy to apply in real life. You do not need to change your personality. You do not need to force confidence. You only need understanding and practice. By the end of this book, social confidence will feel natural, not forced, not exhausting. You are not shy. You are capable, and this is where that clarity begins. Chapter 1. You're not shy. Most people who call themselves shy are not shy at all. They are thoughtful. They are observant. They are emotionally aware. But somewhere along the way, a label was placed on them. That label stuck, and over time, it shaped how they saw themselves. This chapter exists to remove that label. Let us start with a simple truth. Shyness is not a personality flaw. It is not a permanent condition, and it is not who you are. What people often describe as shyness is usually discomfort. Discomfort with uncertainty, discomfort with judgment, discomfort with not knowing what to say or how to act. These are not traits. They are experiences. Think back to a moment when you felt confident. Maybe it was with close friends. Maybe it was when explaining something you knew well. Maybe it was during a task where you felt prepared. In those moments, you were not shy. You were calm. You were present. You were yourself. So what changed? The environment changed. The expectations changed. The pressure changed. This tells us something important. Your confidence did not disappear. It simply became conditional. Many people grow up learning rules without realizing it. Do not say the wrong thing. Do not be awkward. Do not draw attention. Do not make mistakes. Over time, these rules create hesitation. Hesitation creates silence, and silence gets labeled as shyness. But silence is not weakness. Silence is often awareness without direction. Imagine a person standing at the edge of a swimming pool. They are not afraid of water. They are unsure of the depth. They hesitate because they lack information. Social situations work the same way. When you do not know what to say, your mind pauses. When you do not know how you will be received, your body tightens. This reaction is not failure. It is self-protection. Your brain is doing its job. Now consider this. If someone learned how to swim, the pool would not feel threatening. If someone learned social skills, conversation would not feel risky. This is the core idea of this book. You are not shy. You are untrained. And training changes everything. Many confident people are not naturally confident. They learned patterns. They learned responses. They learned how to manage emotion in real time. You see the result, not the process. Let us look at a real example. A person walks into a room full of strangers. Their heart speeds up. Their thoughts race. They stand near the wall and check their phone. Others see shyness. What is really happening is mental overload. The brain is scanning. Who is safe? Who is judging? Where do I belong? Without tools, the brain chooses avoidance. Avoidance feels safer than risk. But with understanding, the same situation changes. That person learns to slow their breathing. They focus on one person instead of the whole room. They ask a simple question. Nothing dramatic happens. No one attacks. No one rejects them. The brain learns a new lesson. This is how confidence grows. Not through force, through familiarity. One interaction at a time. Another mistake people make is trying to eliminate discomfort. They wait to feel confident before acting. That day never comes. Confidence follows action. It does not come before it. This does not mean pushing yourself into panic. It means taking small steps while staying present. Say one sentence. Make one observation. Hold eye contact for 1 second longer. These moments rewire perception. Your nervous system learns that social interaction is survivable, then manageable, then normal. This is emotional intelligence in action. Emotional intelligence is not about controlling feelings. It is about understanding them. When you understand why your body reacts, you stop fearing the reaction. When you stop fearing it, it loses power. You also stop blaming yourself. Many people carry quiet shame. They think something is wrong with them. They compare themselves to louder personalities. This comparison is unfair. Introversion is not shyness. Sensitivity is not weakness. Thoughtfulness is not social failure. The goal is not to become someone else. The goal is to become skilled as yourself. As you move through this book, you will learn structure. You will learn emotional awareness. You will learn how to stay grounded in conversation. None of this requires changing who you are. It requires learning how you work. That starts now. In this chapter you learned one essential idea. Shyness is not your identity. It is a misunderstanding. You are not shy. You are learning. And learning is where confidence begins. Chapter 2. How social confidence is built. Social confidence is often misunderstood. Many people believe it appears suddenly. They think it arrives one day without effort. That belief creates frustration. The truth is simpler and more empowering. Social confidence is built. It is constructed step by step through experience. Confidence is not a personality trait. It is a response learned by the nervous system. To understand this, we need to change perspective. Think about any skill you have today. Driving, using a phone, speaking a second language. At first, each of these felt uncomfortable. Your attention was high. Your mistakes were frequent. Your confidence was low. Over time, repetition changed everything. Social confidence follows the same path. When you enter a social situation, your body reacts first. Your heart rate shifts. Your breathing changes. Your muscles tighten or relax. This reaction happens before conscious thought. Your nervous system asks a simple question: is this safe? If it does not know the answer, it prepares for caution. That caution is often mistaken for shyness. Confidence grows when the nervous system gathers evidence. Evidence comes from experience. Each neutral or positive interaction teaches safety. Each survived moment reduces fear. This is why confidence cannot be forced. It must be trained. Many people try to fix confidence by thinking differently. They repeat positive phrases. They imagine success. These methods can help, but they are incomplete. Confidence does not live only in thought. It lives in the body. The body learns through exposure. Let us look at a simple example. Imagine making eye contact with a stranger. The first time it may feel uncomfortable. Your body signals alertness. You hold eye contact for 1 second. Nothing bad happens. The next time it feels slightly easier. The body remembers the outcome. This process repeats. Confidence is the result of remembered safety. This is why confident people seem relaxed. Their nervous system has learned the environment. They are not fearless. They are familiar. Another important truth is this: confidence grows through small actions. Large leaps often create panic. Panic teaches avoidance. Small actions teach control. One sentence spoken clearly. One question asked calmly. One conversation entered without escape. These moments may feel insignificant. They are not. They are building blocks. Many people wait for confidence before acting. This keeps them stuck. The correct order is action first. Confidence follows. This does not mean reckless behavior. It means intentional exposure. You choose situations that challenge you slightly, not situations that overwhelm you. This balance matters. Too little challenge creates stagnation. Too much challenge creates fear. Growth happens in the middle. Social confidence also depends on expectation. When people expect rejection, they prepare for it. Their tone changes. Their posture closes. Their voice weakens. This affects the interaction. Confidence improves when expectations soften. Instead of asking, "Will they like me?" ask, "Can I stay present?" Presence reduces pressure. You are no longer performing. You are participating. This shift changes how interactions feel. Another key factor is self-trust. Self-trust means believing you can handle discomfort, not avoid it, not eliminate it, handle it. This belief grows with proof. Each time you stay in a conversation despite discomfort, self-trust increases. You learn that discomfort passes. You learn that silence is survivable. You learn that mistakes are not fatal. This is how confidence stabilizes. Social confidence is also influenced by emotional regulation. When emotions spike, thinking narrows, words disappear, attention collapses inward. Learning to slow your body restores access to skills. A slow breath, a relaxed jaw, a grounded stance. These signals tell the nervous system that you are safe. Calm invites clarity. This does not mean suppressing emotion. It means guiding it. As confidence grows, social situations feel less urgent, less threatening, more neutral. Neutral is powerful. It allows curiosity. It allows listening. It allows response instead of reaction. One more important point must be addressed. Confidence is not constant. Even confident people feel unsure sometimes. They feel awkward. They feel out of place. The difference is interpretation. They do not label the feeling as failure. They see it as temporary. This mindset protects confidence. Confidence weakens when discomfort is personalized. It strengthens when discomfort is normalized. Social confidence is built through repetition, through awareness, through patience. It is not about becoming fearless. It is about becoming familiar. You do not need to change who you are. You need to change what your nervous system knows. That knowledge comes from experience. In this chapter, you learned a foundation. Confidence is built, not discovered. It grows through action, not avoidance. In the next chapter, we will explore emotional intelligence. You will learn how awareness strengthens confidence and how understanding emotion gives you control. Social confidence is a process, and now you understand how it begins. Chapter 3. Emotional Intelligence Explained Simply. Emotional intelligence sounds complex. In reality, it is very simple. It is the ability to notice emotions. It is the ability to understand them, and it is the ability to respond with intention. That is all. This chapter removes confusion. It replaces theory with clarity. Most people experience emotions without understanding them. They feel tension, they feel anxiety, they feel irritation, but they do not know why. When emotions are unclear, they feel powerful. When they are understood, they become manageable. Emotional intelligence begins with awareness. Awareness means noticing what is happening inside you, not judging it, not trying to fix it, just noticing. For example, Imagine you are about to speak in a group. Your chest tightens. Your breath becomes shallow. Your thoughts speed up. Many people label this as weakness. It is not. It is information. Your body is preparing for attention. That reaction is neutral. Emotional intelligence teaches you to read that signal correctly. Instead of thinking something is wrong, you think something is happening. This shift matters. When emotions are misunderstood, people react. They interrupt. They withdraw. They over-explain. When emotions are understood, people respond. Response creates control. Emotional intelligence has 3 simple layers. The first layer is awareness. You notice the emotion without resistance. The second layer is understanding. You ask what triggered it. You identify the situation, not the story. The third layer is regulation. You choose how to act while the emotion is present. Notice the word choose. Regulation does not mean suppression. It means direction. You do not push emotion away. You guide your behavior through it. This is especially important in social situations. Social settings activate emotions quickly. Fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of saying the wrong thing. Without emotional intelligence, these fears take control. With emotional intelligence, they become background noise. Let us look at a common example. You say something in a conversation. The other person pauses before responding. Your mind fills the gap. You assume you were awkward. Your body tightens. This happens in seconds. Emotional intelligence slows the moment. You notice the tension. You recognize the assumption. You stay present. The pause becomes just a pause, not a threat. This prevents spirals. Many social struggles are not caused by events. They are caused by interpretations. Emotional intelligence helps separate fact from assumption. Fact is what happened. Assumption is what you added. This skill alone changes social experience. Another key aspect is emotional ownership. Many people blame situations for how they feel. They blame others. They blame circumstances. This removes control. Emotional intelligence brings it back. You realize that emotions happen inside you. They are influenced by situations, not controlled by them. This creates responsibility. Without self-blame, you stop saying, "They made me nervous." You start saying, "I felt nervous in that moment." That language shift matters. It creates space between you and the emotion. Space allows choice. Emotional intelligence also improves empathy. When you understand your own emotions, you become better at recognizing others. You notice tone changes. You notice body language. You notice emotional shifts. This improves connection. People feel understood when they are noticed. And connection reduces pressure. Social confidence grows faster when emotional intelligence is present. You are no longer guessing. You are observing. You are no longer reacting. You are responding. This makes interactions feel calmer and more grounded. It is important to address a myth here. Emotional intelligence does not mean being calm all the time. It does not mean being positive all the time. It means being honest and steady. You can feel nervous and still speak. You can feel unsure and still connect. Emotions do not block action. Misunderstanding does. As you continue through this book, you will learn how to apply emotional intelligence in real situations. You will learn how to manage triggers, how to regulate emotion under pressure, and how to stay present in conversation. For now, remember this: emotional intelligence is not complicated. It is attention with understanding. When you know what you feel and why, you stop fearing your emotions. And when fear disappears, clarity takes its place. In the next chapter, we will explore emotional triggers. You will learn why certain situations affect you more than others. Understanding emotion is the foundation. Awareness is the doorway. And now that doorway is open. Chapter 4. Understanding your emotional triggers. Emotional triggers shape many social reactions. They work quietly, often without permission. A trigger is not an emotion, it is the spark that starts one. Understanding this difference matters. When people feel overwhelmed in social situations, they often believe the situation itself is the problem, the room, the people, the attention. But the real cause is usually a trigger. A trigger is a specific moment that activates memory and emotion together. It happens fast, sometimes instantly. Your body reacts before your mind explains. This chapter helps you slow that process. Let us begin with a simple idea. Triggers are learned. They are not permanent. They form through experience. Imagine being corrected in public at a young age. The memory sticks. Years later, a similar moment appears. Someone questions you in a meeting. Your chest tightens. Your voice changes. The present moment feels dangerous, but the reaction belongs to the past. This is how triggers work. They connect now to then. Most people do not realize this connection exists. They only feel the reaction. When a trigger activates, the nervous system prepares for defense, fight, flight, freeze. In social settings, freeze is common. Words disappear. Eye contact breaks. The mind goes blank. This is not weakness. It is protection. Triggers are your system trying to keep you safe. The problem is not the trigger itself. The problem is misunderstanding it. Many people try to eliminate triggers. They avoid situations. They stay quiet. They retreat. This teaches the nervous system that the trigger is valid. Avoidance strengthens triggers. Understanding weakens them. To understand your triggers, you must first notice patterns. Patterns appear in repetition. Ask yourself simple questions. When do I feel most tense? What situations make my body react quickly? Who triggers strong emotional responses? These answers reveal themes. Some people are triggered by authority, others by silence, others by feeling ignored. The trigger is rarely the obvious event. It is the meaning attached to it. For example, silence may trigger thoughts of rejection. Authority may trigger fear of judgment. Being ignored may trigger invisibility. Once you see the pattern, you gain power. Awareness changes the relationship. Instead of being pulled by emotion, you observe it. This observation creates space. Let us look at a real-world example. You join a conversation late. People are already talking. No one notices you immediately. A wave of discomfort rises. You feel invisible. The trigger here is not the conversation. It is the meaning of not being noticed. Maybe in the past, not being noticed meant not belonging. Your body remembers that. Emotional intelligence allows you to separate past meaning from present reality. In the present moment, people may simply be engaged. There is no rejection, but the body reacts as if there is. When you recognize this, you stop personalizing the feeling. You say to yourself, "This is a trigger, not a truth." That sentence alone can calm the system. Triggers lose power when they are named. Another important step is allowing the trigger to exist. Many people judge themselves for being triggered. They think they should be past it. This creates shame. Shame strengthens emotional reactions. Acceptance reduces them. You are not wrong for being triggered. You are learning. When a trigger appears, do not rush to change it. Stay present with it. Notice where you feel it in the body. Notice its intensity. Notice how it changes. Emotions move when allowed. This teaches the nervous system that the trigger is survivable. Over time, the reaction softens. Triggers also respond to preparation. If you know certain situations activate you, you can enter them with awareness. Awareness reduces surprise. Surprise intensifies emotion. Before a social interaction, take a slow breath. Ground your body. Set a simple intention. The intention is not to perform, it is to stay present. Presence interrupts automatic reactions. Another powerful tool is reframing. Reframing does not deny emotion. It adjusts interpretation. Instead of saying, "This situation makes me anxious," say, "This situation activates a learned response." This language removes self-blame. It turns the experience into information. With practice, triggers become signals instead of threats. They tell you where growth is happening. They show you what matters. Triggers often appear around identity, belonging, competence, worth. These themes are human. You are not alone in this experience. As emotional intelligence grows, you begin to respond earlier. You notice the first signal, a tight breath, a sudden thought, a shift in posture. Catching the trigger early prevents escalation. This is skill, and skill improves with attention. Triggers do not disappear overnight. They fade through familiarity. Each time you stay present with one, you weaken its grip. Each time you choose response over reaction, you build trust in yourself. That trust is the foundation of social confidence. In this chapter you learned that triggers are learned responses. They are not flaws. They are signals. Understanding your triggers gives you choice. Choice gives you control. In the next chapter you will learn how to manage emotions in social situations. You will learn how to stay grounded when triggers appear. Awareness comes first. Regulation follows. And now you are ready for the next step. Chapter 5. Managing emotions in social situations. Emotions rise quickly in social situations, often faster than thought. One comment, one look, one pause. Your body reacts before you decide anything. Managing emotions does not mean stopping this reaction. It means staying present while it happens. This chapter teaches that skill. Many people believe emotional control means staying calm at all times. That belief creates pressure. Pressure increases emotional intensity. The goal is not calm. The goal is regulation. Regulation means guiding behavior while emotions are active. You can feel nervous and still speak clearly. You can feel tension and still listen. You can feel uncertainty and still stay engaged. This is real emotional strength. The first step in managing emotions is recognition. You cannot guide what you do not notice. In social situations, emotions often show up in the body first. A tight chest, a shallow breath, a clenched jaw. These signals are important. They are early warnings. When you notice them, you gain time. Time allows choice. Most emotional reactions escalate because they are ignored. By the time the mind notices, the body is already overwhelmed. Learning to notice early changes everything. Once you notice an emotional signal, your next step is grounding. Grounding brings attention back to the present moment. This can be done quietly, without anyone noticing. Feel your feet on the floor. Relax your shoulders. Slow your breath. One slow breath can change your state. Breathing tells the nervous system that you are safe. Safety reduces intensity. This does not remove emotion. It lowers volume. With volume lowered, thinking returns. Now you can respond. Another important skill is naming emotion internally. You do not need to say it out loud. You simply acknowledge it. I feel nervous. I feel pressure. I feel uncertain. Naming creates distance. Distance reduces control. The emotion becomes something you experience, not something you are. This shift is subtle. It is powerful. Let us look at a common scenario. You are speaking in a group. Someone interrupts you. A surge of emotion appears. Your body reacts. Your thoughts race. Without regulation, you may withdraw, or you may react sharply. With regulation, the process changes. You notice the surge. You ground yourself. You name the emotion. Then you choose your response. You continue speaking calmly, or you pause and return later. Either way, you remain in control. Managing emotions also means letting go of perfection. Many people become overwhelmed because they expect flawless interaction. They monitor every word, every reaction. This creates mental overload. Social interaction is not a performance. It is a shared process. Allowing imperfection reduces emotional pressure. Mistakes do not end conversations. They humanize them. Another key factor is attention placement. When emotions rise, attention often turns inward. You focus on how you are being perceived. You analyze yourself. This intensifies emotion. Shifting attention outward reduces it. Listen to the other person. Notice their tone. Observe the flow of conversation. Presence reduces self-focus. This is not avoidance. It is balance. Managing emotions also involves pacing. You do not need to respond immediately. Pausing is allowed. A brief pause gives your system time to regulate. It also communicates confidence. Silence is not failure. It is space. Many people rush to fill silence because of discomfort. That rush creates more tension. Allowing space creates calm. Another useful tool is expectation adjustment. If you expect emotional ease in every interaction, you will be disappointed. Emotions are part of connection. Expecting some discomfort removes surprise. Less surprise means less intensity. This mindset builds resilience. Resilience is the ability to stay engaged while feeling emotion, not avoid it, not fight it. Stay with it. Emotions pass when they are allowed. They linger when they are resisted. Over time, regulation becomes automatic. Your body learns that social situations are manageable. Emotions rise and fall without harm. This learning creates confidence. It is important to remember this. Managing emotions is not about controlling others. It is about leading yourself. You cannot control reactions from people. You can control your presence. Presence is stability. In this chapter you learned how to notice emotional signals, how to ground yourself in the moment, how to respond instead of react. These skills are simple. They are learnable. They improve with practice. In the next chapter you will learn the skill of listening. Listening is one of the most powerful tools for social confidence. When emotions are managed, connection becomes possible, and connection is where confidence grows. Chapter 6. The skill of listening. Listening is one of the most powerful social skills. It is also one of the most misunderstood. Many people believe listening means staying quiet. That is only part of it. Real listening is active. It is intentional. It is focused. This chapter explains how listening builds confidence and connection. Most social anxiety increases when attention turns inward. You think about what to say next. You worry about how you sound. You monitor reactions. Listening shifts attention outward. When you truly listen, pressure decreases. You are no longer performing. You are participating. This alone changes how social situations feel. Listening begins with presence. Presence means giving full attention to the person in front of you, not half attention, not distracted attention. This does not require effort. It requires choice. You choose to stay with the conversation. Many people hear words but miss meaning. They wait for their turn to speak. They plan responses while the other person is talking. This creates disconnection. True listening means letting go of preparation. You trust that words will come when needed. That trust builds confidence. Let us look at a common situation. Someone is telling a story. Your mind wanders. You worry about your response. You miss key details. When it is your turn to speak, you feel pressure. Now imagine a different approach. You listen fully. You notice tone. You notice emotion. You notice pauses. Your response becomes natural. You are no longer searching for words. You are responding to meaning. This feels easier. Listening also signals safety. When people feel heard, they relax. Relaxed people are easier to connect with. This creates a positive cycle. The more you listen, the more others engage. The more they engage, the less pressure you feel. Listening is also a form of confidence. Confident people do not rush to prove themselves. They allow space. Silence does not scare them. It serves them. Pausing after someone speaks shows respect. It shows thoughtfulness. This small habit changes how you are perceived. Another important aspect of listening is curiosity. Curiosity replaces judgment. Instead of thinking about how you appear, you become interested in the other person. Interest creates energy. You can practice this with simple questions. Ask for clarification. Ask for expansion. Reflect what you heard. For example, that sounds important to you. What happened next? These responses show engagement without pressure. Listening also helps manage emotion. When emotions rise in social situations, listening grounds you. Your focus moves away from internal tension. It moves toward understanding. Understanding reduces fear. Another powerful listening skill is tolerance of silence. Silence is part of conversation. It allows thought. It allows emotion to settle. Many people fear silence. They rush to fill it. This creates unnecessary tension. Allowing silence shows confidence. It tells others you are comfortable. It tells your nervous system the same thing. Listening also includes observing non-verbal signals, facial expression, body posture, tone of voice. These cues reveal emotion. When you notice them, you respond with empathy. Empathy deepens connection. Connection reduces social strain. It is important to address a misconception. Listening does not mean agreeing. It does not mean submitting. It means understanding. You can listen fully and still hold your view. This balance builds respect. As you practice listening, you may notice something unexpected. Your desire to speak becomes calmer. Your words feel more grounded. Your confidence grows quietly. This is because listening builds internal stability. You are no longer chasing approval. You are building connection. Listening also improves self-trust. You trust yourself to respond naturally. You trust the conversation to flow. This trust removes urgency. In this chapter, you learned that listening is active presence. It reduces pressure. It increases connection. You do not need to dominate conversation to be confident. You need to be engaged. In the next chapter, we will explore speaking with calm and clarity. You will learn how to express yourself without tension. Listening is the foundation. Speaking builds on it. And when both work together, social confidence becomes effortless. Chapter 7. Speaking with calm and clarity. Speaking is where many people feel the most pressure. Words feel heavier when others are listening. Thoughts race. Timing feels critical. Mistakes feel dangerous. This chapter changes that experience. Speaking with calm and clarity is not about sounding impressive. It is about feeling steady while you speak. Calm comes before clarity. Clarity follows calm. When the body is tense, words become rushed or scattered. When the body is grounded, speech flows naturally. The first step is slowing down. Most people speak faster when nervous. This happens automatically. Fast speech reduces clarity. It increases pressure. Slowing down does the opposite. You do not need to speak less. You need to speak at a pace that matches your breath. A simple pause before speaking helps. One breath is enough. That pause signals control. It gives your mind time to organize. Clarity improves instantly. Another key principle is simplicity. Clear speech is simple speech. Many people add extra words to protect themselves. They explain too much. They soften every statement. This creates confusion. Speaking clearly means saying what you mean, in fewer words. This does not mean being blunt. It means being direct. For example, instead of over-explaining an idea, state the main point first. Details can follow if needed. This structure helps listeners. It also helps you. Your mind feels less crowded. Tone also matters. Tone carries emotion, often more than words. When you feel pressure, tone tightens. When you feel calm, tone opens. You can influence tone through posture and breath. Relax your shoulders. Let your jaw soften. Speak from a steady breath. These small adjustments change how your voice sounds. They also change how you feel. Another important aspect of clear speech is intention. Before speaking, ask yourself a simple question. What is my purpose right now? Is it to share information? Is it to connect? Is it to respond? This focus organizes your words. Without intention, speech wanders. With intention, speech lands. Let us look at a real example. You are asked for your opinion in a meeting. Your mind goes blank. This happens because you feel evaluated. Instead of rushing, you pause. You take a breath. You state one clear thought. You do not try to cover everything. You cover what matters. This response feels calm. It feels confident. People respond to clarity, not complexity. Another helpful skill is allowing imperfection. Many people try to speak perfectly. They aim for flawless sentences. This creates tension. Natural speech includes pauses. It includes corrections. It includes variation. Allowing this makes speaking easier. You do not lose credibility by pausing. You gain it. Silence can be part of speech. It gives weight to words. Listening and speaking work together. When you listen well, you speak more clearly. You respond to what matters, not to imagined pressure. This reduces mental load. Another common fear is being judged. Judgment cannot be controlled, but presence can. When you focus on being present, judgment loses influence. You speak to communicate, not to impress. This mindset frees your voice. Speaking with calm also requires self-permission. You are allowed to take space. You are allowed to finish your thought. You do not need to rush because others are waiting. Calm speech invites patience. People adjust to your pace. As you practice these skills, your relationship with speaking changes. It becomes less about performance, more about expression. Expression feels natural. In this chapter, you learned how to slow down, how to speak with intention, how to simplify and stay grounded. Calm and clarity are skills. They improve with awareness and practice. In the next chapter, we will explore body language. You will learn how physical presence supports confidence. Your voice carries your message. Your body supports your voice. And together they create confidence that feels real. Chapter 8. Body language that builds confidence. Your body speaks before your words do, often before you realize it. People respond to posture, movement, and presence instinctively. This happens faster than conscious thought. That is why body language matters. Body language is not about posing or pretending. It is about alignment between how you feel and how you show up. This chapter explains how physical presence builds confidence from the inside out. Many people think confident body language means standing tall and smiling more. Those ideas are incomplete. Real confidence comes from comfort in your body, not from forcing a shape. When the body feels unsafe, it contracts, shoulders round, breath shortens, movement becomes smaller. This contraction sends a message to the nervous system. It says danger. The nervous system responds with tension. Confidence grows when the body feels grounded. Grounded does not mean rigid. It means stable and relaxed at the same time. The foundation of confident body language is balance. Start with how you stand. Feel your feet on the ground. Distribute weight evenly. Do not lock your knees. This stance sends a signal of stability. Your body feels supported. Your breath deepens naturally. Next, notice your shoulders. Many people carry stress here. Shoulders rise without awareness. Let them drop slightly. Not forced, just released. This simple adjustment reduces tension immediately. Your chest opens. Breathing becomes easier. Breath and posture are connected. When breath is shallow, anxiety increases. When breath is steady, calm follows. You do not need special breathing techniques. You only need space. Posture creates space. Another important element is head position. When nervous people often tilt their head downward, this limits vision. It reinforces withdrawal. Keeping your head level allows awareness. You see more. You feel more present. Presence builds confidence quietly. Movement also matters. Confident body language includes intentional movement. Avoid fidgeting when possible. Small repetitive movements signal nervous energy. Instead, allow stillness. Stillness is not stiffness. It is comfort without urgency. When you move, move with purpose. Gestures that match speech improve clarity. They support expression. You do not need many gestures. You need natural ones. Let your hands rest when not in use. This reduces excess motion. Eye contact is another key area. Eye contact does not mean staring. It means engagement. Hold eye contact while listening. Break it naturally. Return when speaking. This rhythm feels human. Avoid forcing eye contact to prove confidence. Comfort comes from balance. Body language also influences emotion. This is often overlooked. When you change posture, emotion follows. Standing upright reduces feelings of helplessness. Open posture reduces defensiveness. This works both ways. Your body teaches your mind how to feel. Let us look at a real-world example. You walk into a social setting. You feel unsure. Your instinct is to shrink, to cross arms, to look down. Instead, you ground your feet. You release your shoulders. You breathe slowly. Nothing else changes, but your internal state does. Your nervous system receives a new message. You are safe. This shifts emotion. People respond differently to you, not because you changed who you are, but because your body stopped signaling threat. Another important aspect is facial expression. When anxious faces often freeze, muscles tighten. A relaxed face signals openness. You do not need to smile constantly. That feels forced. Neutral relaxation is enough. Let your face rest. Micro-expressions soften naturally. When tension reduces. Body language also includes how you occupy space. Confident people take up space without apology. Not aggressively, comfortably. This does not mean spreading out. It means not collapsing. Sit fully in a chair. Stand without shrinking. These small behaviors affect self-perception. You begin to feel more secure. It is important to understand this. Body language is not about changing personality. It is about removing unnecessary tension. Your natural presence emerges when tension leaves. Confidence is often what remains. Practice is essential. You do not need to think about every movement. Choose one focus at a time. Today, notice your shoulders. Tomorrow, notice your breath. Later, notice stillness. Gradual awareness creates lasting change. Avoid mirrors and self-monitoring in social situations. That increases self-focus. Practice in private. Apply in public. Over time, these adjustments become automatic. Your body learns a new default. In this chapter, you learned that confidence is physical, as well as mental. Posture influences emotion. Movement influences perception. You do not need to act confident. You need to feel supported in your body. In the next chapter, we will explore social anxiety. You will learn how to handle it without fighting it. Your body is not your enemy. It is your ally. And when you work with it, confidence becomes easier to access. Chapter 9. Handling social anxiety without fighting it. Social anxiety feels like an enemy. It arrives uninvited. It demands attention. Many people spend years trying to defeat it. That struggle keeps it alive. This chapter introduces a different approach. You will learn how to handle social anxiety without fighting it. The first truth is important. Social anxiety is not dangerous. It feels intense. It feels urgent, but it is not harmful. Anxiety is the nervous system reacting to perceived threat. In social situations, the threat is often imagined judgment. The body prepares for protection. Heart rate increases. Breath shortens. Thoughts narrow. This reaction is automatic. Fighting it creates conflict inside you. Conflict increases tension. Tension amplifies anxiety. Handling anxiety begins with acceptance. Acceptance does not mean liking it. It means allowing it to exist without resistance. When you stop fighting anxiety, its intensity begins to drop. This happens because the nervous system receives a new signal. It learns there is no emergency. Let us look at a common mistake. Anxiety appears before a social interaction. You tell yourself it should not be there. You try to push it away. Your attention stays locked on the feeling. The body stays alert. Now imagine a different response. You notice the anxiety. You name it. You allow it. You continue with the interaction anyway. This teaches the nervous system something powerful. Anxiety can exist without danger. Over time, the body learns. Another important shift is separating sensation from story. Anxiety includes physical sensations, tight chest, warm face, fast heartbeat. These sensations are neutral. The story attached to them creates fear. The story says something is wrong. The story says people will notice. Emotional intelligence helps you drop the story. You focus on sensation only. Sensation rises. Sensation falls. Nothing else happens. This reduces escalation. One effective technique is to ground attention outward. Anxiety pulls attention inward. It amplifies self-awareness. Shifting attention outward reduces intensity. Listen closely to the other person. Notice the environment. Stay engaged. You are not avoiding anxiety. You are not feeding it. Another key principle is staying instead of escaping. Many people leave situations early when anxiety rises. They check their phone. They withdraw. This reinforces fear. Staying teaches safety. You do not need to stay forever. You need to stay long enough. Even 1 extra minute matters. Each time you stay, you weaken anxiety. Another helpful mindset is curiosity. Instead of asking, "How do I stop this?" ask, "How does this feel?" Curiosity softens resistance. You become an observer. Observers are not overwhelmed. It is also important to adjust expectations. Anxiety does not disappear overnight. Progress is gradual. Expecting anxiety to vanish creates frustration. Frustration strengthens it. Expect anxiety to appear sometimes. Plan to respond calmly. This builds resilience. Resilience is confidence with emotion present. Another point must be addressed. Avoidance feels like relief, but relief is temporary. Avoidance teaches anxiety what to fear. Presence teaches the opposite. You do not need to seek anxiety. You simply stop running from it. This balance matters. You choose manageable situations. You stay present. You leave with intention, not escape. Over time, anxiety changes. It becomes quieter, less convincing, less controlling. You realize something important. Anxiety does not decide your actions. You do. This realization is empowering. You regain agency. Social anxiety loses power when it is no longer feared. In this chapter, you learned a different relationship with anxiety. You learned to allow it, to observe it, to move forward with it present. In the next chapter, we will focus on building social momentum. You will learn how small wins create lasting confidence. Anxiety does not need to be defeated. It needs to be understood. And understanding changes everything. Chapter 10. Building Social Momentum. Confidence does not grow from single moments. It grows from continuity. One interaction helps. Repeated interaction changes identity. This chapter is about momentum. Momentum is the force created by consistent action. It removes hesitation. It reduces overthinking. When momentum is present, social confidence feels easier, not because fear disappears but because movement replaces stagnation. Many people wait for the perfect moment to engage. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel confident. Momentum does not work that way. Momentum begins with movement, even imperfect movement. Think of a car at rest. The hardest part is starting. Once it moves, effort decreases. Social confidence follows the same principle. The first conversation feels heavy. The second feels slightly lighter. By the fifth, tension has changed. This is not coincidence. It is conditioning. Your nervous system learns through repetition. Momentum also reduces emotional intensity. When social interaction is rare, each moment feels important. Pressure increases. When interaction is frequent, importance decreases. Less importance means less fear. This is why isolation strengthens anxiety and engagement weakens it. Building momentum does not mean forcing yourself into large groups. It means increasing frequency, not intensity. Small interactions count. A brief greeting, a short exchange, a simple comment. These moments train familiarity. Familiarity creates comfort. Let us look at a practical example. Someone avoids social situations. When they finally engage, their body reacts strongly. Another person interacts daily. Short conversations, low pressure. Their nervous system stays regulated. The difference is not personality. It is exposure. Momentum builds through manageable consistency. This means choosing situations that feel slightly challenging, not overwhelming. Overwhelming situations teach avoidance. Manageable ones teach confidence. A good rule is this: choose interactions that create mild discomfort, not panic. That level is where growth happens. Another key element of momentum is recovery. Momentum is not about perfect days. It includes setbacks. Some conversations will feel awkward. Some days will feel harder. What matters is response. If you withdraw completely after discomfort, momentum breaks. If you return to engagement, momentum strengthens. Confidence grows when setbacks do not stop you. This builds self-trust. Self-trust means believing you can continue even when things feel off. That belief changes behavior. Momentum also depends on environment. Certain environments support social ease. Others increase pressure. You can choose wisely. Start where interaction feels natural. Workplaces, familiar settings, low-stakes situations. Build momentum there first. Confidence transfers. Skills learned in one setting apply to others. Another important aspect is reducing evaluation. Many people judge each interaction afterward. They replay conversations. They analyze mistakes. This slows momentum. Reflection is useful. Rumination is not. Instead of asking, "Did I do well?" ask, "Did I show up?" Showing up is the goal. Momentum grows when effort is rewarded, not perfection. Celebrate participation. You spoke. You stayed. You engaged. These are wins. Wins reinforce behavior. Your nervous system learns that engagement leads to reward. Another powerful shift is identity language. People often say, "I am bad socially." This freezes momentum. Change the language. Say, "I am practicing social skills." Say, "I am building confidence." Language shapes expectation. Expectation shapes behavior. Momentum grows faster when identity supports action. It is also important to pace yourself. Momentum does not require constant interaction. It requires regular interaction. Rest is part of progress. Burnout slows confidence. Choose a rhythm you can sustain. Consistency matters more than intensity. Over time, momentum creates a new baseline. Social interaction no longer feels rare. It feels normal. Normal reduces fear. Fear fades when situations become familiar. You begin to notice changes. Your body reacts less. Your mind stays clearer. Your recovery is faster. These are signs of momentum. Confidence becomes quieter, less dramatic, more stable. It no longer depends on mood. It becomes skill. In this chapter you learned that confidence grows through continuity, through repetition, through manageable exposure. Momentum replaces hesitation. Familiarity replaces fear. In the next chapter we will explore boundaries. You will learn how confidence includes self-respect. Momentum moves you forward. Boundaries keep you balanced, and together they create confidence that lasts. Chapter 11. Setting boundaries without guilt. Confidence is not only about engaging with people, it is also about knowing when to stop. Many people struggle socially because they say yes too often. They agree when they feel uncomfortable. They stay silent when something feels wrong. This creates tension, and tension slowly erodes confidence. This chapter explains how to set boundaries without guilt. A boundary is not a wall. It is a line that protects your energy and values. Boundaries tell others how to interact with you. They also tell you how to respect yourself. Many people avoid boundaries because they fear rejection. They fear conflict. They fear being seen as difficult. These fears are understandable, but avoiding boundaries has a cost. When you ignore your limits, resentment grows. Resentment leaks into tone. It damages relationships quietly. Boundaries prevent this. The first step is recognizing your limits. Limits show up as emotional signals: fatigue, irritation, tension. These signals are not flaws. They are information. Emotional intelligence helps you notice them early. When you feel discomfort, ask a simple question: what do I need right now? The answer guides the boundary. Many people think boundaries require long explanations. They do not. Clear boundaries are simple. A short response is often enough. I cannot do that today. I need some time. I am not comfortable with this. These statements are calm and direct. They do not attack. They do not justify. They state reality. Guilt often appears after setting a boundary. This guilt comes from conditioning. Many people were taught that being kind means being agreeable. That belief is incomplete. Kindness without honesty becomes self-neglect. Setting boundaries is an act of honesty. Honesty builds trust. People may react when boundaries are new. This does not mean the boundary is wrong. It means expectations are changing. Change creates discomfort. Your job is not to manage others' emotions. Your job is to manage your behavior. This shift reduces guilt. Another important concept is tone. Boundaries are received through tone as much as words. A calm tone communicates confidence. A rushed tone communicates uncertainty. Take a breath before speaking. Speak slowly. This helps both you and the listener. Boundaries also work best when stated early. Late boundaries feel abrupt. Early boundaries feel natural. For example, setting limits at the beginning of a request prevents misunderstanding later. Practice this in small situations. Say no to minor requests. Set limits with low stakes. This builds skill. Skill reduces guilt. Another helpful tool is separating discomfort from wrongdoing. Discomfort does not mean you did something wrong. It means you stepped outside habit. Habit often favors others' needs over your own. Breaking that pattern feels uncomfortable at first. Over time it feels stable. Boundaries also improve social confidence. When you know you can protect yourself, you feel safer engaging. You are no longer afraid of being trapped. Safety encourages openness. Another common fear is losing connection. Healthy boundaries do not destroy relationships. They define them. Relationships that cannot respect boundaries create stress. Relationships that respect boundaries create trust. You learn which connections are supportive. This clarity is empowering. It is also important to release the need for approval. Not everyone will like your boundaries. That is okay. Approval is not a requirement for self-respect. Confidence grows when self-respect leads. Boundaries are not rigid rules. They can change with context. What matters is intention. You are choosing, not reacting. In this chapter you learned that boundaries protect energy. They reduce resentment. They support confidence. You learned that guilt is a signal, not a command. In the next chapter, we will explore connection without performance. You will learn how to relate without trying to impress. Boundaries create space. Space allows authenticity, and authenticity is where confidence becomes natural. Chapter 12. Connecting without trying to impress. Many people enter social situations with one hidden goal: to be impressive. They want to sound smart. They want to appear confident. They want to avoid looking awkward. This goal creates pressure. Pressure blocks connection. This chapter shows a different path. Connecting without trying to impress. Impressing is about performance. Connection is about presence. When you try to impress, attention turns inward. You monitor your words. You measure reactions. This creates distance. Connection forms when attention turns outward. You become interested rather than evaluated. The first step is letting go of outcome. Outcome-focused interaction asks, do they like me? Presence-focused interaction asks, what is happening here? This shift removes urgency. Urgency fuels anxiety. Connection thrives in calm. Another important idea is authenticity. Authenticity does not mean sharing everything. It means being real within the moment. You speak honestly. You react naturally. You allow yourself to be human. People connect to honesty more than polish. Polish creates admiration. Honesty creates trust. Trust lasts longer. Let us look at a common example. Someone tells a story. You feel the urge to top it, to sound interesting. This urge comes from comparison. Comparison interrupts connection. Instead, you listen. You respond to meaning. That was challenging for you. How did you handle it? This response builds connection. You are no longer competing. You are relating. Another key principle is curiosity. Curiosity removes self-focus. When you are genuinely curious, impressing loses relevance. You are not trying to be seen. You are trying to understand. Understanding builds bonds. Curiosity also reduces fear. You are not on stage. You are in dialogue. This mindset feels lighter. Connecting without impressing also means allowing silence. Silence does not need filling. Pauses give conversations space to breathe. When you rush to impress, you rush to speak. When you connect, you allow rhythm. Rhythm feels natural. Another important shift is accepting ordinariness. You do not need extraordinary stories. You do not need perfect timing. Everyday experience is enough. Connection happens through shared reality, small moments, common feelings, simple observations. These are powerful. Trying to impress often creates exaggeration. Exaggeration feels inauthentic. Authenticity feels safe. People relax around safety. Connection also grows through vulnerability. Vulnerability does not mean oversharing. It means openness. Saying, I am not sure. Saying, that was new for me. These statements invite trust. They show confidence through honesty. Another barrier to connection is self-comparison. You compare energy levels. You compare humor. You compare confidence. Comparison creates distance. Every person brings a different presence. Your presence is enough. Connection does not require sameness. It requires acceptance. As you practice connecting without impressing, you may notice something surprising. People respond more positively. They open up. They engage. This happens because pressure is gone. When you are not trying to prove yourself, others feel free to be themselves. This mutual ease deepens connection. It is also important to release responsibility for entertainment. You are not responsible for making interactions exciting. Shared presence is enough. This belief removes burden. Connecting without impressing builds quiet confidence. You are no longer chasing validation. You are creating understanding. Understanding feels grounding. In this chapter you learned that connection thrives in presence. Authenticity builds trust. Curiosity replaces performance. In the next chapter we will bring these skills into real-life situations. Work, friendships, public settings. Connection is not something you force. It is something you allow. And when you allow it, confidence follows naturally. Chapter 13. Social confidence in real-life understanding. Confidence is one thing. Living, it is another. This chapter brings everything into daily life. Real places, real people, real moments. Social confidence is not proven in perfect situations. It is built in ordinary ones. Work conversations, casual meetings, public settings. This is where skills become habits. Let us begin with a simple truth. Real life is unpredictable. People interrupt. Plans change. Energy shifts. Confidence does not require control. It requires adaptability. Adaptability comes from awareness. At work, confidence often feels tested. Meetings, opinions, authority. Many people stay quiet because they fear judgment. Confidence here starts with preparation, not scripts. Clarity. Know your main point. Say it simply. Then stop. You do not need to dominate discussion. You need to contribute. Contribution builds presence. In professional settings, listening is powerful. It shows engagement. It builds respect. When you speak, speak with intention. A short, clear statement carries weight. Another common setting is social gatherings, parties, group events, informal meetings. These can feel overwhelming. Confidence here means lowering expectations. You do not need to connect with everyone. You need one genuine interaction. Focus on one person, one conversation. This reduces pressure. Use simple openers. Ask about the moment. Comment on the setting. These are enough. Public settings also test confidence. Waiting in line, ordering food, asking for help. These moments feel small. They matter. They are low-stakes opportunities. Each interaction builds familiarity. Familiarity reduces anxiety. Social confidence grows through these micro moments. Another area is friendships. Confidence with friends includes honesty. You share thoughts. You set boundaries. You express needs. This deepens connection. Silence is also allowed. You do not need constant interaction. Comfort includes ease. In unfamiliar situations, confidence means slowing down. Notice your body. Ground yourself. Stay present. You do not need to rush. Presence stabilizes emotion. A key skill in real life is recovery. Not every interaction will feel good. Some moments will feel awkward. Some responses will miss. Confidence includes recovery. You do not dwell. You do not judge. You move forward. Recovery keeps momentum alive. Another important concept is flexibility. Confidence adapts to context. What works at work may differ socially. What works with friends may differ publicly. This is not inconsistency. It is awareness. Social intelligence includes reading the room. Notice tone. Notice pace. Adjust gently. This comes with practice. Confidence also involves self-respect. If a situation drains you, it is okay to step back. Leaving is not failure. It is choice. Choice reflects confidence. Over time, skills blend together. Listening supports speaking. Presence supports body language. Boundaries support connection. Confidence becomes a system. You stop thinking about it. It becomes natural. This is the goal. In real life, confidence feels calm. It feels steady. It feels flexible. It is not loud. It is reliable. In this chapter, you learned how skills show up daily. work, social life, public moments. In the next chapter, we will explore emotional resilience. You will learn how to bounce back quickly. Confidence is not about perfection. It is about consistency. And consistency is built in real life. Chapter 14. Becoming emotionally resilient. Emotional resilience is what keeps confidence steady, not high, not dramatic, steady. It is the ability to recover after emotional stress, to return to balance, to keep moving forward. Without resilience, confidence rises and falls. With resilience, confidence stabilizes. This chapter explains how that stability is built. Many people believe resilience means being unaffected. They believe strong people do not feel hurt. This belief is false. Resilient people feel emotion fully. They simply recover faster. They do not stay stuck. Emotional resilience begins with acceptance. Life includes discomfort, rejection, misunderstanding, awkward moments. Trying to avoid these experiences weakens resilience. Meeting them with awareness strengthens it. The first step is normalizing emotional response. Feeling embarrassed does not mean you failed. Feeling hurt does not mean you are weak. Feeling discouraged does not mean you are going backward. These emotions are part of growth. When emotions are expected, they lose power. Resilience also depends on how you speak to yourself. After a difficult interaction, many people turn against themselves. They replay mistakes. They criticize tone. They question worth. This inner reaction causes more damage than the event itself. Resilient people respond differently. They acknowledge the discomfort. Then they support themselves. They say, "That was uncomfortable, and I handled it. That did not go as planned, and I am still okay." This internal tone matters. Supportive self-talk speeds recovery. Another important skill is emotional completion. Emotions need expression to move through the system. When emotions are suppressed, they linger. Expression does not mean confrontation. It means release. This can be done quietly. A walk, a deep breath, writing a thought down. Simple actions help emotions pass. Resilience also involves perspective. A single moment does not define you. A single interaction does not erase progress. When emotions spike, perspective narrows. Resilient people widen it again. They zoom out. They see the larger pattern. They remember previous successes. This prevents emotional collapse. Another key element is recovery time. Some people expect instant recovery. That expectation creates frustration. Recovery has rhythm. Sometimes it is quick. Sometimes it takes time. Both are normal. Allowing recovery prevents resistance. Resistance delays healing. Emotional resilience also grows through exposure. Each time you face discomfort and recover, your system learns. You learn that emotions pass. You learn that you can continue. This learning builds trust in yourself. Trust reduces fear of future discomfort. Resilience is also supported by physical habits. Sleep, movement, breathing. When the body is regulated, emotional recovery improves. This connection is important. Confidence is not only mental, it is physiological. Taking care of your body supports emotional strength. Another aspect of resilience is boundaries with rumination. Thinking about an event is natural. Repeating it endlessly is not helpful. Set a mental limit. Reflect once. Extract learning. Move forward. This keeps momentum intact. Resilient people learn without dwelling. They do not punish themselves with repetition. They treat mistakes as information. This approach protects confidence. It is also important to let go of comparison. Comparing recovery speed creates pressure. Everyone processes emotion differently. Your pace is valid. Resilience grows when you respect your process. Over time, emotional resilience changes how you relate to social situations. You stop fearing bad moments. You trust your ability to recover. This trust is powerful. It allows openness. It allows risk. It allows connection. Resilience does not make you invulnerable. It makes you adaptable. Adaptable people do not break easily. They bend and return. In this chapter, you learn that resilience is recovery. It is support, not suppression. It is perspective, not perfection. In the final chapter, we will bring everything together. You will step into a confident identity that feels stable and real. Resilience is not loud, it is reliable. And when you have it, confidence becomes something you can count on. Chapter 15. The confident version of you. Confidence is not something you suddenly become, it is something you grow into. By now you understand this. Confidence is not loud, it is not constant, it is not perfect, it is stable. This final chapter brings everything together, not as theory, as identity. The confident version of you is not a different person, it is you with fewer obstacles. You did not add confidence, you removed confusion. You learned to understand emotion instead of fearing it. You learned to listen instead of performing. You learned to speak with calm instead of pressure. These skills changed how you relate to yourself. That is where confidence begins. The confident version of you trusts your ability to handle situations, not avoid them, not control them, handle them. This trust changes behavior. You no longer wait for perfect conditions. You show up as you are. Presence replaces hesitation. You also learned something important. Discomfort is not danger. An awkward moment does not define you. A quiet moment does not expose weakness. You allow experiences to pass without attaching identity to them. This is emotional maturity. The confident version of you does not chase approval. You value connection over validation. You listen without planning. You speak without over-explaining. You connect without trying to impress. This creates ease. Ease is confidence felt internally. You also learn to protect yourself. Boundaries are no longer threatening. They are natural. You know when to engage. You know when to step back. This balance creates safety. Safety encourages openness. Another shift has happened. You stopped labeling yourself negatively. You no longer say, I am shy. You say, I am learning. I am practicing. I am growing. Language shapes identity. Identity shapes action. The confident version of you is not fearless. You still feel emotion. You simply recover faster. You trust your resilience. This trust allows you to take social risks, to speak, to connect, to be seen, without self-betrayal. Confidence also became quieter. You do not need to prove it. You do not need to announce it. It shows in posture, in tone, in pace. Others feel it, but more importantly, you feel it. This confidence is sustainable. It does not depend on mood. It does not disappear after one bad day. It is built on understanding and practice. That makes it reliable. As you move forward, remember this. Confidence is maintained through awareness, listening to yourself, adjusting when needed. Growth does not stop here. Life will continue to challenge you. New situations will appear. You now have tools. You know how to regulate emotion. You know how to stay present. You know how to recover. These skills travel with you. The confident version of you is flexible, adaptable, grounded. You are no longer trying to become someone else. You are becoming more of yourself. That is real confidence. As this book ends, your practice continues. One conversation at a time, one boundary at a time, one calm response at a time. You are not shy. You never were. You were learning. And now you know how to move forward with clarity, presence, and trust in yourself. Conclusion. This book was never about changing who you are. It was about helping you understand yourself. You learned that shyness is not an identity. It is a misunderstanding. You learned that confidence is not a trait. It is a skill, and skills grow with awareness and practice. Throughout this journey, you explored how emotions work, how triggers form, how anxiety rises and falls. You learned how to listen with presence, how to speak with calm and clarity, how to use your body to support confidence instead of fighting it. You also learned something deeper. Confidence does not come from control. It comes from trust. Trust in your ability to feel emotion without being overwhelmed. Trust in your ability to recover when things feel uncomfortable. Trust in your ability to show up as you are. You are no longer trying to avoid social situations. You are learning how to move through them. So that is growth. You may still feel nervous sometimes. You may still have awkward moments. That is normal. What has changed is your relationship with those moments. You no longer see them as proof of failure. You see them as part of learning. This mindset protects confidence. Remember this as you move forward. Confidence is not measured by how you perform. It is measured by how present you are. Presence creates connection. Connection builds ease. Ease supports confidence. Take these skills into real life. Practice them gently. Return to them when needed. There is no finish line. Confidence grows through consistency, through patience, through self-respect. You are not shy. You are capable. And now you have the understanding to live that truth.